Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I got a brewing system here to show you guys. It can brew 8 different types of potions here. And basically we are using piston feed tape to select which potion we're going to brew. So you can see if we switch it over, it's going to pull up a different set of barrels, and in those barrels will have the ingredients. So this one's for swiftness. So you got your netherwort, sugar, and glowstone. So how we're doing this is we have a bunch of furnaces here, and in the furnaces we have a specific amount of items. And then as you circle through them, it'll stop. And then once you do press the button to start it up, it's going to put items into the hopper. The minecart chest is going to go and collect them all. And then they're going to come up the track here and drop them into a hopper. And everything's going to go right into the brewing stand here. And then we have our storage for the water bottles and our blaze powder. So we'll just pick a potion here. We'll pick one that's only 3 ingredients here so I can show you. So this can do potions up to 5 ingredients. You could potentially do 6 with a little bit of modification. So we'll do our potion of leaping. We have indicator bars saying we have enough fuel for the brewing stand and water bottles in the system. So we're going to press the button, and you can see the barrels get pulled back for just a second, and that's long enough for the items to go into the hoppers. And here you can see the items are in line, ready to get brewed. The netherwort is already in there. So what we're going to be doing is detecting the items, how many we have left in there. What we're doing is using a comparator on the hopper right above the brewing stand, right here. That's going to shoot an item into this hopper and put it back in the dispenser. That comparator is going to detect it and start this hopper clock. So there you go, you can see the hopper clock just started, which turns off this torch. And once it turns back on, it's going to shoot another item into the hopper, and it'll detect that, and it'll pull all the items out of the brewing stand. So there we go, that's our last item. And the potions get taken out. They get sent into a water stream and into these 2 droppers, which then shoot it into this chest. Alright, so let's get going with the tutorial then. So here's a material list we're going to need. This first box here is for all the furnaces and smokers. Feel free to pause the video here to take a look at all the materials. And make sure to just bring lots of blaze powder and water bottles as well. Alright, so first off, we're going to build up 6 blocks. These are just temporary. And then we're going to do a little 3x3 area on top of that. And we'll just remove these blocks here. And we're going to place an item frame and an arrow in there. On the back side, we're going to just make a little platform for redstone. So we'll do these blocks here, glass block on the very corner, comparator here on subtract. We have 2 dust, and then 2 repeaters, and another comparator here on subtract, and another piece of dust. Then that comparator at the end is going to run into a block. And we're just going to bring this out just a little bit for now. We'll come back to that. And then next, we're just going to grab some furnaces. And we're going to grab a smoker as well. And these are what is going to detect the items. The items will be in here that the comparator will detect. So right here, we are going to build a 4x3 area. So just like this. And we're just going to use that as a template to place our furnaces in. So we're going to place a furnace right at that comparator. And then we are going to alternate between the furnace and smoker. So here we'll have a furnace. Then we can just skip one, that'll be a furnace. And then these ones will be smokers. And then it'll be the same on the bottom here. We'll just keep alternating across. And actually this top row we got messed up, I think, yeah. So we're gonna just remove these for now. And then, so this one here, this one needs to be a furnace, and a smoker, and a furnace. And then this one here is gonna be a smoker as well. So what we'll do, we'll just alternate that and leave the top left corner empty and the bottom right corner empty. Just like that. And then make sure you have 8 furnaces in there. Break out all these temporary blocks. And then next we're going to place in some pistons. So we're going to be placing a total of 6. And same on the bottom. We want the pistons facing up right underneath the smoker here. And we're going to go over 6. And then over on this side here, we want them pushing them over. So just place some temporary blocks there so we can get that piston in. Put in another 6 here. And then on the top, these ones are going to be pushing everything down. And just bring that over by 6 again. Alright, now we're just going to grab some blocks here, and on the top, we're just going to bring a line over here. And then go one past the pistons, come back over. And we're just going to grab some terracotta. This will show on the final face of it. And we'll put redstone dust on there, a repeater on 4 ticks, and then redstone dust on the rest of the blocks. And then we're going to place blocks underneath all these pistons. And then we're going to have another row here, and one more row. And we can get rid of that. And we're going to place repeaters right underneath all the pistons, and we're going to set them all to 4 ticks. And then we'll place a redstone dust down. And then we need to come over and bring a line of redstone dust over here. And we'll be connecting that in just a second. So next we're going to grab some glass blocks and put them next to these pistons here. One more block out and one block down. And place dust on top of all those. Another block here. And that's just going to carry the signal the rest of the way over. Then what we're going to do, we're going to grab a redstone torch. place it on this block here. Place a few more blocks. Go up here. We're going to have a glass block behind it. Another one down. A repeater set to 4 ticks here. And fill those blocks in with redstone dust and another comparator on subtract mode. And we'll just connect up all that redstone. Then we need a glass tower going up. So a glass above the comparator. Then we're going to stair step up. And then we're going to go up one more time right here. And this will connect up into a redstone line on top. Okay, next we're just going to grab some blocks and make a platform here so we have something to walk on. And we'll just go down a few blocks. We might extend this out a little bit. So just 3 or 4 blocks should be enough for now. Okay, next we are going to add in just some black concrete. So every row where there is a furnace or a smoker, we're going to place in the black concrete all the way across. And we're just going to surround this whole area with the black concrete. Later on we are going to be putting in barrels, so we will be breaking some of these. But it's easier just to fill these in with the concrete right now. That way when you go to program this with what potions you want in the machine, you know how many barrels for each section you need. So there we go, it's all filled in. And then what we are going to do, we're going to go inside of this and we're going to just grab a few items we're going to need. Sticky pistons. So we're just going to run some blocks all the way down the middle. Then we're going to need some rails and a block of redstone. So this first block we're going to have a powered rail, then a regular rail. Break that and put a redstone block. And then we're going to add powered rails all the way across. And we're actually going to take that and make it a regular rail. And then we want to grab a detector rail, put that on the end. And then we are going to start curving this over. So we're going to just take regular rails and curve it over. And then we're going to start bringing it up. So another rail here, another rail here. And then this is where our brewing stand is going to be. So we're just going to build down a few blocks. And this one right here, this is where our brewing stand is going to be. And then we will place 2 hoppers going into the top of that. And that should line up with the rails. So another block here. Place a powered rail there. And a powered rail up. Okay. So then next, we're going to place hoppers facing into the rails. So we're going to need a total of 5 of those. Okay, and then we're going to grab some sticky pistons and place them on top of the rails. And then we're going to grab some redstone dust and put redstone dust all the way across the top of the pistons. And then right in the corner of there, we're going to place a block. And we'll break this front one here. Then we're going to come along the inside, place a block there next to the glass. And we're going to have 3 repeaters here on 4 ticks. Skip a block, place one here, go up one. And we're going to place a redstone torch here with the redstone dust here and another redstone torch here. Okay, now we can grab our minecart with the chest in it and place that at the end of the track. Alright, so next we need to grab ourselves a comparator, and we need to put it directly off of this detector rail. So let's grab one of those, put it here. And actually we need to move everything over by 1 block. So this needs to be our detector rail. And our comparator is going to go right here. And then we're going to curve our rail right after the comparator. Move it back up. And we're just going to shift everything over by 1 block here. Okay, now we're going to put a block right off of the comparator with the torch on the side of the block, and then another block on top of the torch with another torch here, just creating a little torch tower up to this redstone signal here. And we're just going to build out a little platform, and we're going to place a piece of dust here and 2 more pieces of dust, repeater on 2 ticks, repeater on 4 ticks, 2 more dust. And then we're going to grab our comparators again, and we're going to have one facing this way and turn around, face the other one that way. 3 more blocks, dust on all 3 into a redstone torch. And then we need to grab a dropper and a hopper, and we're going to place the dropper right off of the torch with a hopper going into it. Alright, then we're just going to put some temporary blocks here. We need to place a block here to put a comparator on to detect the item in the hopper. Okay, then we need to put a block here and another one over, and we're going to place a repeater down, and we're going to set that to 4 ticks. Block in front of the repeater, block down, break the middle one, come over and over 1 more, repeater here, set that to 4 ticks, and 2 pieces of dust. Alright, then we need to place a block right off of the brewing stand, and we're going to place a comparator to detect anything in the hopper into a block with another torch on the side. And we're going to do the same thing as before, dropper with a hopper facing into it. And then more temporary blocks, because we need to use a comparator to detect when there's an item in the hopper. And the comparator is going to run into a block with the torch on the side. And then we're going to grab ourselves a sticky piston and place that directly underneath the torch. And we're just going to place a temporary block for now, because we're going to put a redstone block here. And then we're going to grab a slime block and attach it to the side of the redstone block. Okay, so next we're going to grab our hoppers, place one into the brewing stand, place one here, place one up, and come over, do the same thing, and 2 more on top of those. And then we need to drop underneath, and we need to place a block next to the bottom hopper. And we're going to place comparators coming off of those, break these 2 blocks, And then down here, we're going to come down one more block and out one more, break the middle one, and we're going to place a repeater down. And we're going to come over and back, and we are going to put redstone dust on all those. We're going to place a solid block on top of that corner one with the torch, so that'll power that line. And then we are going to come over by one block again. And then we are going to drop down by one level. Place 2 blocks here. And then go back up, place 2 blocks. And we are going to put redstone dust on top of all those. Alright, then we're going to come over to this side here. We're just going to grab some glass. Place a piece of glass above the hopper. And then 2 more solid blocks. Okay, so next we're going to place a block here. Come down one. Break the top one. That one is temporary. Place a repeater down. Place a block behind the repeater. We're going to turn around. Place a block there and right there. Break the temporary one. This one here we're going to place a repeater on. And let's break this. Put it down by one level. And we'll place a redstone dust down. And then 3 more redstone dust right here. Alright, next we're going to come down and start working on the hopper clock. So we're going to place a hopper, 2 hoppers facing into each other here. Blocks in front of those. And blocks on top of the hoppers. With comparators going into the blocks. And then we're going to drop down one level. Place 2 more blocks. Comparators on those. Those are both going to go into blocks. And redstone torches on top. And then we're going to place 2 hoppers facing into each other. And then we're going to place a single item into this hopper here. And we actually need to move this over by 1. So this whole side we need to bring back over to the other side of the redstone block. So we'll just place our 2 hoppers again facing into each other. Place our 1 item inside the hopper. Now we'll just break this side and just mirror it over here. Okay, our comparator down into a block. These 2 hoppers need to face into each other. Then we're going to place a redstone torch down. We'll come out by a block, come down, and we're just going to extend that a couple blocks. Then right underneath the brewing stand, we're going to come down another 2 blocks. Break the 2 in the middle. And we need to grab a dropper. And we're going to place it on top of the block. Grab a hopper, place that facing into the dropper. And then we're going to place a few blocks here. And we're going to place a repeater down on 2 ticks. And then we're going to place 2 redstone dust here. Then we're going to keep coming back, block up, 1 block back, comparator on some track mode with a torch. And then 3 more blocks with redstone dust on top of those. That'll create a clock. Then we'll do another row here. And on the last one, we want to put a half slab. So then we're going to place a torch down, and then a repeater set to 4 ticks, another repeater on 4 ticks, and another redstone dust. Then we're going to grab a dropper and a hopper facing into it. And then 2 more blocks next to that. And then 1 block up, 1 block down, break the middle one, comparator, then a repeater. Then we're just going to add 6 blocks here. Dust right here, comparator, another comparator going into that torch, and a repeater going into that torch. Then 3 redstone dust. Okay, so next we're going to come out by a block from the dropper, place one there with a torch on it. Then we're going to place a single item inside the dropper there. And we're just going to connect the 2 lines here, place redstone dust on them, all the way up to the torch. And then next, we're just going to grab a couple chests, and we're going to place a double chest right here on both of the hoppers. And then we're going to place 2 redstone lamps and one right here. That's going to start the whole system up. And we're just going to extend our platform by a few blocks. We want to skip the one a block away from the redstone lamp. We're going to look down, and we're going to place 2 droppers and then a chest on top of it. And we'll come underneath, and we need to crouch, and we'll place some hoppers going into the dropper there. Alright, next we're going to place a glass block right here next to the redstone, and then another glass on top. One more piece of glass with redstone dust. Then we can do a solid block and a repeater going into the dropper. Alright, then we're going to come to the other side. We're going to place a block next to the comparator, block up and a block down, break the center. We'll place a comparator here, the redstone dust. And then we need to grab a sticky piston. And we'll place a sticky piston next to that block. And then we're going to move this row of blocks back by 1. Break these 2. And then we're going to grab an observer and place it on the sticky piston. Alright, now we're just going to grab some items here so we can start filling up our droppers. So right here in this hopper here, on the left side, we need to place 50 items. So it can be any 50 items you want. And then in all the other droppers, we're just going to place 1 item. And then don't forget about this one up here. We're going to place one item in that one as well. Alright, then we're going to come back underneath, and we're going to start working on the collection system. So we're going to want to grab some packed ice and place it right next to the dropper. I'm going to come out and back, and then we can extend our hoppers back to line up with that ice. And this one here, we need to have as soul sand. And we're going to grab a bucket of water, and we also need a sign. So we'll place our soul sand down, and then we'll just place some glass down and a sign right here, and some more glass on this side, just to prevent any spilling. Bring the glass all the way down. Then we can place our water in, and then we're just going to cover it up with glass so no items can get shot out. Alright, and we'll just take it right to above the sign, and then we'll just make a little tube going up. Just encase this last hopper in glass, and we're going to break this top block, because now we need to go down in there and we need to place water source on the sole sand and then all the way up. And then we can cover that back up. All right, so now we can just start decorating it. We're just about done with it. So I'm just going to grab a few decorative blocks here. And you can decorate this however you want. I'm just going to put some pillar quartz on the sides. So just come down by 3. And then same on this side. And then we'll put stairs on top of the chest so we can still open them. And then we're going to place just regular quartz blocks underneath. And I'll just add some stairs around this last lamp as well. Alright, I'm just going to use lime terracotta, build it up so it's all the same height. And just fill in the rest of the area with the terracotta. There we go. I'm going to grab my stairs, place them upside down on the very top row. Fill in this area as well. And then I'm going to place the spruce trapdoors just to hide the pistons so you don't see them. And then I also need to grab, just grab some stone brick stairs and place them right here and on the bottom and top. Okay, next we're going to grab some item frames, some blaze powder, and some water bottles. And we're just going to place our item frames right here. And on the left side, that's going to be our blaze powder. On the right side will be the water bottles. And we'll grab a stone button and place it on this redstone lamp. Then we're going to come over to this side. And we need a sticky piston and a regular block. So we need to come out a couple, go up 2, break the 2 temporary ones here. And we're going to place a sticky piston on that. And another block there. And we're just going to wrap this back around to our redstone line. Place 2 dusts down. Then we're going to grab a repeater. Put that down and set it to 3 ticks. And then we're going to grab our item frames. Place those all the way around right here. And that'll be our selector. And then next we'll start working on filling up the furnaces. So this first furnace, we're going to have 0 items in it. The next one down below that, we are going to place 1 item in. The one next to there is going to be 14 items. Then the next furnace is going to be 28 items. The next one is going to be 42 items. And the next one will be 55 items. And this one we need to have 64 and 5. And this one we're going to have 64 and 19. Okay, so for all the smokers, we're just going to place 2 stacks of any item in. So just go around to all the smokers and place 2 stacks in. Okay, here's the last one. And now if we rotate it, it'll start working. So now we need to decide what potions we want to grab. So for now, I'm just going to place in this one here. And then grab some barrels. And we're going to just replace 3 of these blocks with barrels, since there's only 3 items to brew this potion. So we're going to grab our netherwort, and then we need to grab our golden carrots, and then we need to grab our redstone dust. So we're going to place them in order. So netherwort in the first one, the golden carrots in the second, and the redstone dust in the third. And then you can just keep on cycling through, programming it how you want, whatever potions you want. Okay, so I went ahead and added some fuel to this and some water bottles. And we're going to go test out the system, so we're going to start it. And you see the minecart came back. And then we have items in the hopper. And we got our netherwort going. But our minecart didn't return, so we actually have to move a block down right here, lined up with the hopper. We're going to place a repeater down, remove those 2, set the repeater to 4 ticks, and we'll just manually move it for now. And then we can also break this redstone dust and block. And then that should be everything. We should be on our last item now. So once this is finished, it's going to unlock the hopper. It's going to be able to suck them out. And you can see it there shooting into the water stream. And then it'll fire a second time and it'll go right into the chest. There they are. And also, one more thing you can do, you can put an Audible Sound on here. If you just use a glass block here with dust here. And then we can grab a note block. And then you can set this to whatever tone you want. So now if we throw an item in and we just wait, we'll hear the noise. Alright, there you go. And that Alright, that's everything. Thank you guys for watching. I just want to give a shout out to Jade. This is her original piston feed tape storage unit. All I did was expand it a little bit to make it work for this potion brewer. I will put a link to her channel in the description. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.